Hey guys, I'm Christine, and today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite craft breweries right here in the South Bay.
May would have been our 9-year anniversary at Smog. Last 2 years, we've had these giant events out in our parking lot, and we invite all of our customers in, and we have a big celebration, and this year we did it on Zoom.
Adjusting to new norms has been the story of Lori Porter's life since the coronavirus pandemic threatened to shut down her family business.
I keep joking that craft beer is clearly essential because people continue to buy it, but really the truth is that customers are really invested in small businesses and companies that they're loyal and love.
When the stay-at-home mandate began, Lori says she had to take a step back and reassess how to move forward.
We took it down to bare bones. We canceled every subscription. We canceled every expense that we could not have. We took all of our employees, and they were either absolutely essential to continue or we had to furlough them for a short term.
Determined to transform every obstacle into an opportunity, she and her team started to think outside the box. For example,
we got a phone call from our distributor saying, hey, we've got all these kegs that we purchased in the 2 or 3 weeks before the safer at home mandate, and there's no bars and restaurants. So now you're gonna have to buy back oodles, hundreds and hundreds of kegs from us. And we started doing the numbers. I'm like, this is insane. We can't, after what we have taken, the hit we've taken over COVID, we can't now double down on this debt from our distributor.
Still, she says they bought back some of the beer, started a Save Our Beer campaign, and even hand-delivered them to their customers for the first time.
We always thought it would be fun to deliver beer, and seeing the smiles on the customers' faces made it so amazing.
Another problem they faced was having to rebrand beers that were already slated for release.
And when my husband told me that Daily Breeze was ready to release on the Wednesday after the safer at home mandate, I was like, that is the worst name. Nobody wants to see a beer called Daily Breeze in the middle of the scariest pandemic in the history of all of us. And so we instantly changed it to Quarantine Machine, and it took off.
Now Lori says they're introducing a series of 5 COVID-19 inspired beers, each one getting stronger than the last, all wearing a mask, pairing well with uncertainty, and best enjoyed 6 feet apart.
You know, the first month and a half, it was really unstable. There was a lot of insecurity and fear. You're going back and forth trying to figure out how to either save your company or whether you're going to close or whether regulations are going to change. But in that time, we also found and sort of dug really deep into our skill set of survival instincts and found an amazing strength in our company to be able to pivot it to new opportunities and new outlets very quickly to survive and then sort of come out in an equilibrium.
Learning to roll with the punches allowed Smog City to rehire most of its employees.
Toby here is actually transferring one of my favorite sour browns into Benny, which is this big, beautiful barrel. We call the beer Benny and the Bretts. But yeah, so I think we had 28 employees before COVID. All of them but 2 have come back, and we're actually looking at hiring employees.
As the world continues to reopen, Lori says they're planning to expand beyond their 3 existing locations.
We have a 4th tap room that's been in the works for 2 years. It was supposed to open in June, and of course with COVID everything slowed down, but now the developers say they're going to be opening as soon as possible. So that one is Glendora Public Market. It's in Glendora out the 210. It's going to be such a beautiful space. It's an old historic Wonder Bread facility. I think our licensed space where you can actually drink our beer is about 5,000 square feet. So it's enormous. It's got indoor and outdoor. There's going to be food vendors throughout the marketplace that you can get food from. I'm excited about it, but it's also scary because moving into a whole nother business in the middle of this is daunting. Welcome home, Mama and Papa. When you had done so much work, just sit down here and have a beer. And then there's an arrow saying, beer!
Lori and her husband prioritize their son as they work together during this pandemic and hope they can teach him a valuable lesson.
I think it's inspiring for him to see what we've done and how we work. We always joke that he's the 3rd board member because he's always in the middle of all the conversations, and he actually has a lot of opinions. So I think it's a dynamic and rich life that he's living. I focus on him a lot. I take him to school in the morning, I go to work, I pick him up from school in the afternoon. Now I'm with him all day, and so I really prioritize family. I prioritize him as the next generation, that if I fail him, then what's the point of doing well with Smog? So it's challenging. You know, I always love those, I love the memes where it's just like moms just can't be perfect in everything. You're gonna fail at all of it. But at least we're working really hard and trying, and we're filled with love, and we love our business and our jobs and our family, so.
Lori says she's excited to welcome back Smog City fans as tap rooms reopen.
Tap rooms will look different. We're going to be expanding our licensed premises here into the parking lot. There'll be more outdoor patio space, open air space to give us room for customers to have separation, but also have the open air with plenty of circulation.
She hopes their beers have helped them to stay afloat during these hard times.
I told my husband on the first week, I said, what would be most important to me through the next who knows how long was for our customers to have had Smog with them during the pandemic, so that we were part of the positive side of it, that they thought back and said like, oh yeah, we had those happy hours with Saber-Tooth Squirrel or Coffee Porter got me through my evenings. Now that we've spent 3 months apart, it's going to be even more important to find connectivity and to come back together.
Lori sent me home with a few of her favorite beers. This one is called White Peach Saison. It is actually made with farmers market peaches. Isn't that cool? This is Coffee Porter. It's her absolute favorite. And then I love the artwork on these. It's called From LA with Love. And I think it pretty much summarizes why I love craft breweries so much. It reminds me that I'm a part of this beautiful LA community, especially during the moments that I'm feeling isolated or lonely because of COVID-19. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and consider supporting my work on Patreon. And until my next video, stay safe, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.